named Delinquents or Desperate. I am honored to be your joker for today. So a joker is essentially a facilitator that will facilitate a process in forum theatre called the forum. Now before I go on to that, how many of you have actually watched the forum theatre piece before? Maybe you'll be involved. So we have one from the back. Anyone else? Okay, so for the benefit of most of the audience who apparently do not know about forum theatre is a special kind of theatre. Now compared to normal theatre where you just watch a play, forum theatre has two key differences. The first key difference is that forum theatre is almost always about a certain injustice. You all know what injustice means? It's about unfairness, some kind of unfairness. Now the second wonderful thing about forum theatre that's different from normal theatre is that you will actually be able to change the outcome of the play, and you will actually be able to interact with the play after the play is over. So I'll get more onto the details of how the audience will be able to participate earlier. But for now, let me first introduce our cast. Can I get a round of applause? So my cast is not from Hollywood, however they are indeed a very skilled bunch of cats. May I first introduce our actors' names?
I'm Claire. I'm Alyssa. I'm Aina. I'm Christal.
Okay, and this is going to be the cast for today. Now, right now they're going to be introducing their characters. And when you listen out to their characters, I want you to kind of take down their backstories and try to sieve out what might be this issue that I talked to you about earlier is about.
Hi, my name is Catherine, and I want to achieve stability. I'm living with my mother who's suffering from severe depression, and I'm afraid to leave her alone at home because she might act up anytime. Yes, ever since she's been ill, I had to take up a part-time job and to pay for her medical bills. Yes, my priority right now is my mother, but education to me is still very important because I need to graduate and to get a good job in the future.
Good afternoon. My name is Ms. Clark. I am the discipline mistress and math teacher here in this school. Been teaching here about roughly for 20 years. Now what I want is to ensure that all students follow and abide by the rules. This will support the system. Why do I do this? Simply because I know it works. Hey, I'm Siti. I've been labelled as a hopeless delinquent all my life, and yes, to a certain extent it's true. Because unlike Catherine, I sometimes skip class, I don't do my work, party, yeah, you get the point. So, judge me however you like. But Catherine, I wish I could do more to help her, because she didn't do anything wrong.
I'm Catherine's mom. I suffer from severe depression, and I don't want to burden my daughter, but I need to rely on her now. Hi, I'm Ms. Judy. I'm the school counselor, and I believe in helping students the best that I can, but I also believe that it has to start from themselves.
Thank you, my actors. Now you may have noticed that each time my actors picked up a certain item, they became their characters. Now this is something that I'll elaborate more later on after we watch the performance during your interventions, as it is a key feature of how we differentiate whether you're acting on stage or whether you are just yourself. Okay? Can I invite my actors on standby? So, our issue, as some of you may have noticed by now, is we are talking about issues that have to do with education. Now, all of us have gone through secondary school, I assume. How many of you, so anyone here has not been through secondary school yet? No yet, right? Okay. So all of us have been through secondary school, and have any of you ever been in detention? No? Okay, I have been in detention. Okay, I have been. I was a kid. Now, here's the last thing I'll ask, which is, how many of you, when you were in that detention, felt that the detention was unfair? This is something that we will be looking at in our play. One last thought before we start our play. As you watch the play, because this is a forum theatre performance, I would like the audience to kind of think about the specific perspectives and to see if at any point you feel that this isn't right and something should be changed. Make a mental note of that moment because we can revisit it and we can change something. Without further ado, I present to you Delinquents or Desperate.
In our education system, it is vital that all students are treated equally. Discipline must be enforced to ensure that all students stay in line at all times. This ensures that they will be a good person in the system and will become somebody beneficial for society. Now, shall we conduct today's quality assurance test of the students? The first student, please.
Good morning, ma'am.
Attendance,
100%.
conduct grade,
Excellent.
achievements,
First place in the National Math Championships.
very good. You may return back to class. Next student. Greeting. Attendance,
Non-existent.
conduct grade,
Non-existent.
achievements,
Other than being a smoking queen, non-existent.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a classic example for a student who is asking for it. Detention. Next student.
Good morning, ma'am.
Attendance.
75%. But I have very decent. I need to
A
take
conduct grade.
Poor. But it's because I
A
had
detention. Now,
But ma'am, I don't deserve this.
I said detention! Do not challenge me. As you can see, all students who exhibit delinquent behavior, such as bad attendance or poor conduct grade, will not be excused and will all be held accountable for their actions and punished accordingly. Ma, I'm home.
Can you help me take my medicine?
Oh. Here, Mom.
How's everything? Work, school, okay or not?
Nothing new. Just tired and skipping some classes because it clashes with my work schedule.
Actually, Ma was thinking of going back to work again.
No, Ma. The psychologist already told you to focus on getting better. Let's not force it, okay?
Yeah, you must remember to take care of yourself also. Do you need Ma to sign any forms for you?
Yeah. More very letters to excuse me from class.
I thought the school said can only submit maximum 3.
It's okay, Ma. The school will accept it because it's valid reason.
But your studies how? Can catch up with what they're teaching in class or not?
Don't worry, Ma. The school will understand our situation. And I'm sure they will help me. And I know we're going through a tough time right now. But I'm sure after these few years, everything will be alright. Just focus on recovering and let me handle the rest, okay? Alright, a lot of content covered in class today. Make sure you go back and study pages 26 to 39 on basic trigonometry. Class dismissed. Siti, come here. What? One last time. If I catch you using your phones in class, I will confiscate it and call your mom.
Mom. There's no point. She already knows I'm like this. See? You better watch your tone. Whatever, man.
Miss Clark.
Yes, Catherine?
I didn't really understand the content taught today.
I expected just as much. You weren't here for the past 3 lessons, yes?
I have a parent's letter here. So could I get a supplementary class to make up for it?
Excuse me. Do I look like a personal tuition teacher? How do you think I have time to run through one entire week of content just for one student?
But I'm sure other students struggle with it too.
That's not the point. I can't give you special attention just because you don't turn up to class. What about all the other students who actually make an effort to commit their time to studies?
But I really had to work. I needed the money.
Then it's your choice. Just like how it's your choice to sleep in my class.
Sorry, Miss Clark. I didn't mean for that either. Sometimes I just work until the night shift
And you don't have energy to come for classes?
yeah.
Yeah, then something is very wrong. Our school policy for absenteeism is strictly permitted to medical certificates and valid reasons only. I cannot accept that letter.
But this is a valid reason.
If you are having troubles outside of school, go talk to the counselor. You're already at a 70% attendance. If you miss one more class, that's it. End of story. Hey Kat, the new movie come out already and you want to go watch?
No, Siti. I need to study. I miss class.
But you promised me that when all come out you watch with me then? So you can afford to miss my class? Still go watch a movie? I thought you said you were working?
Yes, I am.
So your schedule's on off one ah? You expect me to believe you?
Miss Clark.
Better watch your attendance, young lady.
Sina.
Hey, Kat! No leave there! Kat!
So, girls, how have you been since we last met?
Nothing much.
Cats, is everything alright?
My mom's been getting worse lately. And so I'm staying home more to take care of her. And I asked Miss Clark, my parents' letter, but she rejected it.
Why bother telling her, Kat? What makes you think she's so different from Miss Clark?
I'm sure she can help me to talk to Miss Clark. Just let me try, okay? Look, Miss Judy, I know the maximum number of parents' letter allowed per semester is 3. But I really have a valid reason for not coming to class.
This is the school system, Kat. You have to work with it. Allowing students to submit 3 parents' letters is already quite generous. If we allow more, what makes you think other students won't try to abuse the system?
See? I knew it. I told you that these teachers are useless in helping us.
Siti, could you step up for a while, please?
Why? I already know what's going on. Honestly, this is a waste of her time.
Well, it's unfortunate that you think this way, but I will still try my best to help Catherine. I'll talk to you separately.
Miss Judy, you still have my mother's medical documents, right? Doesn't that prove that I'm not abusing the system?
I know. See? I still have it here. I've talked to the school administration about this before, which is why they've allowed you minimum 70% attendance compared to other students.
Then why is it that my
Kat, I wish I could do more for you, but the school doesn't value doesn't value teaching a student who doesn't come to class. They would rather give your spot in the school to someone who can come regularly. The only way that I can help you is if you start by helping yourself.
Miss Judy, how am I supposed to help myself when I have to take care of my mom in the morning, go to work in the afternoon, and on top of that, I have to balance schoolwork?
How about if you stay back with me sometime and we can run through some time management strategies together? I think that would be really beneficial for you.
No, Miss Judy, I can't. I don't have time. Please just help me talk to Miss Clark.
Kat, I can talk to as many people in the world as you want, but it won't change anything. The best thing for me to do now is to teach you how to help yourself.
Miss Judy, I thought you were here to help me as a counselor.
I am, But not by overriding the system, but by telling you that you need to help yourself first.
What? She never do anything, right?
She told me that
That you need to help yourself first.
Siti, you're not helping.
Siti, you're not helping. No, Catherine, I'm helping by listening to you. See, I'm very useful right now, counselor.
Siti,
Lighten up now, Cat. This isn't the first time, right?
yeah, it sucks, you know. I just don't get it. I do have a valid reason. Right?
Well, whoever designed the system probably just hates you and me. And whoever has complete shit for parents.
Siti, my mother is not complete. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. She's not getting any better, man.
No.
You know, I don't know what's worse. Parents who are complete control freaks or parents who are, whatever your mom.
I just really... I'm lost.
You want to? Come on, Cat. Cheer up. We are both in this shit world together. So the lead.
Thanks for being such a good friend all these years.
Okay lah. So? Jangan talk to Miss Park Cat again.
Maybe I'll just... Oh, hang on. Hello? Ma? Are you okay? Quick, take a pill now. Don't do anything stupid. Ma? Ma?
Cat, is everything alright?
Siti, I think something happened at home. I need to go home right now.
Do you need my help? I can go.
But Miss Clark,
I care her lah. Your mom's more important, right?
where the hell is this Catherine go?
Cat, your phone is ringing. Okay, never mind. I got it. Hello?
Catherine Lim, where are you? I really told you you can't see.
Miss Park, it's Siti. Listen.
Siti, why are you both not in class?
No,
Honestly, what is wrong with you?
Siti, quick, get you on the table. Okay, quick, I need to go. I'll explain tomorrow, okay?
Siti, Catherine. Oh, these girls are gonna get it tomorrow.
Cat,
Sorry, not now. I'm almost late for class.
it's okay, Cat. You don't have to come to class today.
Huh?
I'll go with you, okay? Come.
I told you that her mom had a mental breakdown. Why can't you just believe me?
Because you've never given me a reason to. For all I know, you could just be covering for Catherine.
Are you serious? Catherine, sit down.
Catherine, I already told you if you skip one more class, that's it. You're way below the standard 75% already. You're on the brink of expulsion.
Catherine, don't be afraid to tell the truth. We are here to listen to you.
But I am telling the truth. Look, I know your mother has issues.
And yet we are still having the same goddamn conversation.
And you both do nothing. We do nothing because there's nothing to be done. The problem lies with you. We teachers do all that we can, but students like you can't be fixed.
Oh, you teachers do all that you can, huh? You just do attendance, fucking attendance.
Siti, what did you
You're
just...
honestly right. You use those sparks. If you want to label me as a delinquent, expel me. I don't care. But
the other days? Monday? What about last week? Catherine, you are barely in school. Tell me, how am I supposed to argue for your sake?
You honestly think that Catherine would purposely miss class? Are you serious? Have you looked at her? Have you looked at me? I'm the real delinquent here. She's just begging for help.
Well, I'm sorry, Cindy. But all students also face their own family issues that they can't fix. But they still turn up to class. They still submit their homework on time. Everything is about how you handle your problems.
So if I can't solve my problems that are out of my control, it's my fault?
This is not about faults.
Catherine, I don't know how else we can help you. We've tried our best.
Just stop it, Judy. There's no point arguing with these two anymore. The two of you stay here. We're gonna go discuss with administration on whether or not you should be expelled. Expelled? No! No, I can't. They will have the final say.
No, please! I can't afford to be expelled. No! Please! Siti, I know you've been doing something to stay at this school. Administration needs evidence, right? Just change the attendance. Kat, no, you're not a delinquent. But I am. It doesn't matter what we say. It's what they say, right? Sati, I don't have a choice. Fine.
What are you doing?
Yes! Okay! Okay, we're back. Woo! How is everybody feeling? Any thoughts from the floor? So I was actually standing out the back throughout the performance, and I noticed that a lot of you were, at points you seemed to breathe very heavily, you were shaking your head. Can someone tell me how they were feeling when they were watching the play? How is, okay, yeah, okay, sure.
Okay,
Yes.
I don't know, but this is very, I feel very frustrated.
You're very frustrated.
Yeah, because I like the counselor, she doesn't even want to like listen to Catherine like and her problem, but then she's like the counselor like, like she's not doing her job properly.
Does anyone else feel the same way?
Yeah, like anyone to that, right? The counselor is there, but she can't do anything because she's limited by the system. She said, I can't do much because this one. And then that, just... And the fact that the teacher kept saying that, the guy, like, what's her name?
Cindy.
Catherine.
Catherine, yes.
The teacher kept saying that Catherine is fabricating it when the counselor could have done something and like show the medicals. But like didn't this because the mother had a medical issue and the counselor knew that she had a medical report, but she never showed.
Honestly, right, I feel that it wasn't like sorry, I'll leave it.
No problem, we'll hear more from the floor.
Because
Yes.
right, there are school counselors that are really that bad. Like they don't do their job. Like because I don't know, for some reason they're just not like properly trained. So even sorry, I just mean that.
That's
like,
alright. Yeah.
yeah, even if they have the documents, because look, the school in the first place don't always listen to the counselors anyway. They just like they just treat them like second-rate employers or something. There's just some kind of like hierarchy and like thing going on. So like it's not really like the counselors. It's not the counselors' fault.
And yes, you have one last thought.
It's very sad that you have this one girl like it's like literally begging for help really, but nothing, no one is doing anything to like help her. Not enough, and everything like it all boils down to the system. It's the system's fault.
To the point where a delinquent who doesn't care about anything within the school has to care for a friend because this is an issue in the school.
I think you've all brought up things that actually, earlier I was telling you guys to look up for a specific issue. I think all of you were able to very, very clearly understand the issue. So, did you guys feel at any point in time in the play that there was a very, very icky feeling that you wanted to jump in and do something? Okay, maybe first what I should do is first I should tell you the process of how we're going to run this. So in forum theatre, this part right now is called the forum, where you guys have already begun discussing, but now we're going to take the discussion one step further. Everyone here seems to have everyone has their own opinions, and in this space it's a safe space that we can actually come up on stage and test out these opinions. Now there are a few things that but there has to be there are some rules that our group has set, which is that amongst the, may I invite my classmates on stage in characters first? Yeah. So amongst the characters that you can intervene as or you can replace, there are two characters that cannot be changed, and we will explain reasons why. The first character that cannot be changed is Miss Clark, because in this position, changing her would mean that we are changing the problem entirely. So in other words, it's not tackling what we are here to discuss. The second character that we will not be able to replace is the mother, because she is in too, unfortunately, helpless of a state that no matter what changes she makes, it will not have an impact on the play. Hence, any ideas that you all may have, the rules that we are setting is do keep it to the three characters: the counselor, City, and Cat. Is that okay with everyone? Okay. So right now, actually, if the audience has no point that they specifically want to intervene at, we're going to replay the entire play one more time. At any point of time, if you feel that there's something that needs to be done, even if you don't have an idea at the time, if you just want it to stop so that the audience can talk about it a little bit more together, then just yell, stop. Okay, and the play will stop. So now we're going to, if no one else does anyone else have any thoughts before we continue?
Yes, before we go into that, can I just, I don't understand, like, Miss Clark's, like, what was the research done on that? Like, I think, because, sorry. I mean,
it's okay.
What I mean is just that, like, from personal experience, I've never come across any kind of teachers like this. Like, they're very usually understanding. Like, they always make sure to understand the full situation and like accept letters and like make sure that like give you a chance to explain your situation. And if they don't believe you or like some kind of like further investigation or something to make sure that your story.
Sorry. So your what exactly is your question?
So like where did the character come from, basically?
I see.
Like,
perhaps we'll open this question out to the rest of the audience. Has the rest of the audience had experiences with such a teacher before? I saw some audience members shaking her head like, Anyone?
Let me process it.
Okay, no problem, no pressure.
I don't know. I see where she is coming from.
What's her name?
That most teachers are like how you say, like they do sorry, what could do the integration things, but like there are some teachers who like usually just take it at face value, that because like not because they don't not because they don't want to be understanding, but because of like how Ms. Hart was that the person himself like has never given them anything to believe that whatever is going on with that student. So I kind of see where she's coming from, but I'm not saying that it's like correct or anything, but like I can see the potential of rashness.
My dad was like coming from like City's point, like City, because like she's a delinquent, never gave her any chance to believe, but she has like medical report, right? So because like for her it's a very extreme situation where like she literally cannot go to school. So like such in like a situation, right? There's usually like more work and like they usually work more closely with the students to ensure that they get their education while supporting their family. Because she's literally like the breadwinner of the family. It's like quite an extreme situation.
I don't know. Yeah, sorry.
It's alright. No, it's okay. I just wanted to say, are you two okay if I try to summarize both your points and then maybe we open it up to the rest of the floor as well? Okay. So I think both of our audience, our fellow audience members, the girl wearing the Los Angeles shirt has said that such situations seems very unbelievable to happen because there should be things in place that actually stop this, right? And on the other hand, the girl wearing a very beautiful pink hijab is saying that it's actually, it still is possible that something can happen, something like this could happen. Does the rest of the audience have any other thoughts to add on to that?
Not to that, but I just wanted to ask, my friend, since she's having financial problems, right? Is she because they're in secondary school, right? Naturally, secondary school has this thing called FAS.
Yes.
Right. I was just wondering, if she applied or she couldn't apply or something.
Okay, perhaps how we'll answer your question is I'm going to invite Catherine back on stage, and she's going to give a more detailed backstory. Okay, Catherine?
Yes, I have applied for financial assistance. However, they haven't gone back to me. This is why I still need to work part-time for my mother's medical.
Also, you applied recently, yeah? But then, I don't know if it's a question, but what happens to your...
Yes, my father left since I was young and he never came.
Okay, then when your mother start working?
About your...
If the rest...
When she started falling ill, when she started becoming depressed and even more depressed.
Okay, does the rest of the audience have any questions for the character Catherine? Because if any audience member does, right now we're going to gather as many of them as we can, and we're going to try to answer them all at once. All right? Yes. Sorry, could you speak a little bit louder so the rest of the audience on that side can hear you?
Before your mom got you, right? How's your conduct?
It was fair. It was okay. It wasn't too.
Can I ask, how long, your financial difficulties, how long has it been since your mom fell sick,
Ever since my mom has fallen sick, we have enough money to pay for our household bills, but insufficient for her medical bills.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I have to work part time.
Why was your conduct already fair? Even
As in conduct. Oh, sorry, conduct was good, but if you are talking about results, it was okay. Yeah.
Any other questions from the audience? Does the audience have, thank you Catherine. Does the audience have any questions for any of the characters at all to clarify at this given point? Because if they are not, we shall be moving on towards the second replay. Maybe we'll take 2 more questions. Okay, gentleman in
my question to Miss Clark.
Miss Clark.
Okay, Miss Clark.
Invite Miss Clark on
Miss
stage.
Clark or Miss Clark? Miss Clark? Okay. Miss Clark, so you have children who are attending school?
Yes, I have 2 children, yes.
Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Whoa. There was a question from the audience over here. Sorry, hang on. Can we listen to? Yeah.
I just want to clarify if this is a prestigious school.
She wants to clarify this is a prestigious school.
Well, in this education system, there are no prestigious schools. Nor are there any neighborhood schools. All our education system is the same, so all students are treated equally.
Okay, just to add on to Hannah's question, right? What she means by prestigious school, is it privately funded or government funded?
It is on both schemes. It is partially privately funded, and it is
So it's
government
prestigious
school.
Any no more? Okay, so right now, audience, thank you so much for your clarifications. Right now, we're gonna go through the second run of the play, and as I said, if there's any point that you want to pause, just tell to both them will pause there. Okay.
Okay, a lot of content covered today. Make sure you go back and study pages 26 to 39 on basic trigonometry. I repeat, pages 26 to 39 on basic trigonometry. Class dismissed. Siti, come here. What? One last time. If I catch you using your phone again, I will confiscate it and call your mom.
Call my mom. There's no point. She already knows I'm like this.
Siti, better watch your tone.
Mother, man.
Miss Clark,
Yes, Catherine?
I didn't really understand the content of today.
I expected just as much. You haven't been here for the past 3 lessons, yes?
I have a parent letter here. So, could I get a supplementary class to make up for it?
Excuse me. I don't want a personal tuition service. You think I can cover one entire week's worth of content for one student?
But I'm sure other students struggle with it too.
That's not the point. I can't give you special attention if you don't even come to class. What about the other students who actually make an effort to commit their time to studies?
But I really had to work. I needed the money.
Then that is your choice. Just like how it is your choice to sleep in my classes.
Sorry, Miss Clark. I didn't mean for that either. Some days I just work until the night shift.
And so you don't have energy to come to classes?
Yeah.
Yes, then something is very wrong. Our school policy on absenteeism is strictly permitted medical certificates and valid reasons only. I cannot accept these letters.
But this is a valid reason.
If you're having troubles outside of school, talk to the counselor. Look, right now you're already at 70%. If you miss one more class, that's it. End of story.
Hey, Ted, the new Thor movie come out already. Let's go watch it. No, I need to study. I need class. Huh? But you promised it. The way come out, you watch it.
So you can afford to miss my class but go watch movies? I thought you were working.
Yes, I am.
Stop!
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't know like where I wanted to pause because
No
there was
problem,
another
yes, we can
scene
always
like
rewind,
later.
yes.
Okay, cool. So
We can also skip forward, by the way, just to let the audience know. If you feel that there's scenes that there's nothing to be done, you can always let us know to skip and we'll skip forward to the next scene as well, alright?
but I don't know whether I wanted to pause in like this scene or like the later scene. I thought it was like a bit really short. Okay, I'm gonna try this scene.
Okay, perhaps we'll just try this scene first and then we'll move
Okay.
on. Okay, if it does, yeah. Okay, so may I invite, fellow audience member, please tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. So, Sarah, what do you want to achieve actually, and what do you want to change?
I feel like she doesn't know what's going on in my family, and I want to see if like I tell her what's going on and like explain it so she should understand.
Okay, so but by you mean Catherine, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to replace.
Catherine.
Alright, so you want to replace Catherine, right? Okay.
Yes, I want to replace Catherine.
Okay, can I invite Catherine over here? Okay, hang on. So the rest of the audience, so because it's the first intervention, let me just explain a little bit more how this works. So as you've just seen, when you come on stage, you will take on this significant item of the actor and then you will become the character. So now Sarah is no longer Sarah and she's playing Catherine. And as Catherine, whatever she says may not necessarily be representative of how she would actually act in real life, okay? Okay.
So just to clarify, the mother has severe depression.
Yes, the mother has severe depression, she's very anxious.
Okay.
Is there an exact moment that you wanted to start from?
Yeah, I'll just fast forward to the part where I have to like give the principal the Miss Clark the
Okay,
letter.
sure. So, Ms. Park, so, now also don't worry that at any point you feel that you're uncomfortable in the scene, or if anyone is feeling uncomfortable and you want to step out anytime, just let me know. I'll be right here, I'll be watching everything, do not worry about it. Okay? Okay.
Well, simply because you've already submitted way over the maximum. I've already accepted as many as I can, and I have to stop to it. It is not unfair to the others. It is not fair to the other students.
Alright, but let me explain my situation.
You don't have to. I already know your situation. I've already submitted your medical records. I've already discussed with administration as well as Ms. Julie. I understand your situation, but you're not putting in effort in school.
I am putting in effort in school, but I'm also not very as I think I'm going to share my mother because she physically cannot work.
Okay, then,
So I am the breadwinner
if
of
you're
the
putting in
house,
effort in school,
and I'm a
is that
Sarah's gonna
Sarah, could you come and join us on the
Love it,
stage here for a
Sarah.
moment?
Okay.
Okay, so now okay. So now this is now Sarah is back. Okay, so now she's no longer Catherine. So Sarah, how did you feel about your approach? Do you think you were able to achieve what you had to do? No. Okay. So maybe you want to get back to the.
Yes.
Okay. So why do you guys think that didn't work? Does anyone have any thoughts on why they felt Miss Clark was so adamant to what she was saying? Yes.
I feel like it's not that it didn't work. Maybe like at this moment because of how she actually approached so suddenly right after class. So given the correct attitude, or like maybe in another situation, say what character is in Cat. So maybe if Cat like had a more positive attitude before she handed in the parents' letter, maybe in light of what just happened, then taking into consideration DM would have done something.
Does everyone agree with what this person said?
For me,
No.
I don't agree because could it just be because of the school system? They are not just able to accept like more parent letters. But I think like what could probably be done is the teacher like negotiate with the school maybe about this issue. Yeah.
I think the problem here is that the teacher, right, has already received so many letters that she thinks that it's like an excuse already. Because I know like I've had teachers who say that it's an excuse to keep giving letters, but then sometimes you just cut off for MC, right? So like you have no choice, but you don't understand that, so they just simply think that you're just trying to be funny and just not come to school.
Last person?
Just say she doesn't care.
Sorry, she said she doesn't
She
care.
doesn't care. Like
Oh, she
when
said.
Sarah went out to this explanation, but I don't care. Do you think I care? So there's no point. I think there's no point trying to do that.
Okay, so shall we, any other thoughts for this scene, or shall we move on? If there are no more, sorry, fast forward. Is there a particular scene the audience would like to fast forward to? In the interest of time, that is, yes.
When they get called to the school's office.
So when they get called to the office, so towards the end? Okay. Is everyone okay with that? Moving towards the last scene? Okay. Shall we start the last scene, please? So does any audience member actually have any ideas right now about this last scene? What can be done? This discipline office scene. Anyone has any thoughts first about the scene that they watched?
I think the counselor can like be more assertive towards the administration.
You think that the counselor should be more assertive? Do you want to try?
I don't like.
Okay, you want to try?
I scared, but yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, no problem. It's okay. No pressure.
Just a quick question. Did the counselor do with possible situations whereby the student actually had a breakdown before? In that moment?
Yes, sir. To answer your question, I have dealt with many students because I'm a trained counselor, so I've seen many students in my life before.
With breakdown?
And yes, many of them have gone through breakdowns, but sometimes I think they really need to know how to manage their time properly. A lot of the stress that comes from them getting a breakdown and all that is because they don't seem to know how to manage their time. And I really want to help them, but they have to start by helping themselves.
I see thank you, Ms. Judy. So I see a very strong reaction from the audience when she said that. Can someone tell me why?
I mean, there's a difference between time management and literally not having time.
Do you think anything could be done?
Sorry?
Do you think anything could be? Does the audience think there's anything that could be done to perhaps make Ms. Judy more aware of that?
I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I feel like she doesn't understand that there's
Hasn't Catherine already told Miss Judy multiple times? It's not that she can't manage her time, it's that she doesn't have time. She just can't understand that. How are we gonna drill it into her head?
Okay, so I understand that the audience has a lot of questions, but in the interest of time, we're going to just replay this scene first and see if there's anything that the audience can do. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Cat?
Sorry, not now. I'm almost late for class.
It's okay, you don't have to go to class today. Miss Clark wants to see you urgently.
Huh? Why?
It's alright, I'll come with you, okay? Come.
I already told you that mom had a mental breakdown. Why can't you just believe me?
Because you've never given me a reason to. For all I know, you could just be covering for Catherine.
Are you kidding me?
Catherine, sit down.
Your attendance is now way below the standard 75%, okay? Catherine, you're on the brink of expulsion.
Don't be afraid to tell the truth. We're here to listen to you.
But I am telling the truth. No. I know your mother has issues.
And yet we are still having the same goddamn conversation.
And both of you do nothing. We do nothing because there's nothing to be done. The problem lies with you. We teachers do all that we can, but students like you can't be fixed.
You teachers do all that you can. All you do is just do an attendance. Attendance, fucking attendance.
See, what you
Hey, honestly, you useless fucks. If you want to label me as a delinquent, expel me, do whatever you want, I don't care. But can stop lying!
Miss Clark, for everything, I have done my best to obey the school rules. I submitted my letters, personally explained my circumstances, and yet you just never listen. That's because we don't know if you're fabricating these one-time issues. Your reason has become so convenient. It's just possible that you're playing truant. Truant? Yesterday's was real. Okay, and what about the other days? Monday, Tuesday. What about last week? Catherine, you are barely in school. How do you expect me to fight for your sake?
Do you honestly think that Catherine will purposely
Stop!
do stuff?
Okay, stop!
Can I step in as?
Okay, but maybe we invite you on stage. Okay, you guys invite you on stage first. Okay. Round of applause.
I'm Olivia.
Okay, tell us what you want to achieve.
I feel like
Usually the most
that's
basic
scary,
Malay.
she had a very, very strong stand. But the problem is that like her stand kind of like she kind of wavered as like they were having like a very heated conversation between Miss Clark and Kat herself. So like I felt that she had a stronger stand, right? Really like use her personality to like talk to Miss Clark and make her understand. I feel like provoked up a bit.
Okay, so you want to play the role as City, right? Okay, so City, can you come here? So this is City, City start, yeah? Okay, is there an exact moment you wanted to start from? Or if you're unsure, we can watch.
Attendance.
Attendance.
Okay, what's
Is the okay? So
Olivia doesn't curse.
audience members, please be reassured that we will try our best to not make any physical contact or use any profanity. And if we do use, it's not personal. Okay? Thank you.
We do nothing because there's nothing to be done. The problem lies with you. We teachers do all that we can. And you students cannot be fixed.
So attendance. All you care about is the goddamn attendance. This school system is shit. What are you bitching about now? She's begging for help and you're doing nothing to help her. Have you ever tried to understand her stand? You know what's going on with her and her family. Have you tried? Do you think she's lying at this point? Who would lie? Do you know her attendance? I know, but there's a valid reason.
And how do we know she's not lying about that? She hasn't given us any proof that she's not lying
Oh,
about
so
it.
you wanted to show that her mother is in that kind of state?
No,
you
we
want to
know
see her
her
mother in that kind of state? You want to go down to a hole?
Listen, City.
I love her mother.
Let's go back in. Thank you.
Oh my god.
So, audience, what did you think about that? The solution brought forth by Olivia. Did you think that the approach worked?
Yeah, the kind
Yeah.
of ridiculous.
It kind of worked. It kind of took them off guard. You felt? But Miss Clark didn't speak.
Yeah, I mean, Miss Clark had nothing to say because the way Olivia approached as City was very, very
Straightforward.
yeah, very, very straightforward.
So, do you think that in this moment it may have actually created an impact and impression on this?
Yes.
I see. But do you think that this is a long-term solution that can be employed? No. Why not? Any thoughts from the floor, perhaps, of why this may not be a long-term?
She still wouldn't believe her.
She still wouldn't believe her. What do you guys think would happen to City if she did lash out so violently at expulsion?
I think game was really on the spot, like get down, like go somewhere and stay out there. Yes.
So does anyone else have any other ideas of how to any other ideas that they want to try out in this scene? Yes. You want to be invited? Okay, so come on stage, a round of applause. Yes, just like your name?
I'm Tom.
Okay, hello Tom. Sorry, what do you want to achieve, Tom?
So, obviously I want to help Cat.
You want to help Cat?
Cat.
Cat?
Yeah.
Do you want to replace Catherine or?
No, I want to help Cat, like from
her perspective?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you intend to help Cat?
So, I don't know if this like kind of fits in with the person that she's portraying, but like I wanted to be aware that I was getting too emotional at that point in time and try to calm the situation first. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So City, come. So right now Tom is going to be playing City. Okay, round of applause for Tom.
We can play it from the
Epic attendance?
Yeah.
Okay, so epic attendance.
Alright. I'll keep the explicit.
Okay, no problem. Yes. I did not say this was not PG.
Oh, okay. Do I have to say the same as like the attendance and the
No, you do not have to.
attendance?
You're free to change however you like.
Oh, alright. Yes.
We do nothing because there's nothing to be done. The problem lies with you. We teachers do all that we can. But students like you can't be fixed.
Wait, pause. Like, students like us, how do you mean with that?
Poor attendance, horrible conduct in class, barely in school, sleeping in class, not handing up their homework. How much more do you want me to keep going?
So, from all this, right, do you think that she did all of that too?
She is. That's why she's in this mess right now.
She did all that? I remember she handed homework like on time.
No.
Did you?
And stop. Okay, so can I first perhaps follow up Catherine, did you as what you said, hand out all your homework?
I did my best.
You asked for it, but so you were unable to hand it on time. Okay, so why did you want to bring up why did you want to bring up this specific point of trying to why did you bring up this point?
Because I think like a lot of the times some people associate, like for example the character is playing the end was associate a certain student stereotype to and generalize it across the board. So it's very dangerous to generalize. Just because I didn't like hand out homework, I sort of almost, like for example one of her characters, she almost sort of fit in all the checklists, doesn't mean that she's had everything.
So in essence, what do you think, as City, what were you trying to do when you said
I was trying to find like her good points and like trying to bring it to like for her so that she can actually take into consideration before she hits in and discuss about the
So perhaps, since Catherine has clarified with you that she has not been able to submit homework, perhaps you want to try to stick with your idea to find that quality, but perhaps not reference that. Shall we try this again?
Okay, yeah.
You want to try it?
Sure.
Okay, sure, let's try it.
We do nothing because there's nothing to be done. You're the problem. You students are the problem. We teachers have done all that we can. But you students can't be fixed.
It can't be fixed. Then why are you here? Why are you even bothering to discuss about this kind of things? In the first place, because she can be fixed. She still has the chance to be fixed. How much has she been working for? Oh, okay, so I'm getting emotional.
Are you trying to stand up?
I'm trying to stand up for a place. I feel that over here, Miss Ken. This club is actually missing the point that like she has so much potential going for. It's just that she has a lot of outside.
And why should we believe you?
Why should we believe me?
Because all you've done in this school is lie, skip class, smoke, cause trouble.
But have you seen me stand up for anyone before?
Why would I? Exactly. Why would I believe you this one time?
Because she's the one friend I've been hanging out with. The one true friend. She has been there when I needed her.
So how do I know you're not just covering for her?
Well, you can answer on how's the situation like now. Have you seen her mother in the breast state?
Yes, I have.
You have been to her home?
Yes.
Have you seen her break down before?
We do not need to see her break down. We understand the situation. We have tried to help her.
You have tried to help her. How?
We have given her plenty of exceptions. Firstly, homework exemptions. We've increased the number of parents letter already. Her attendance is lower. Her standard for attendance is lower than all the other students. I do not expect much from her. But at this juncture, she has skipped class. She has not ended up on homework. She has not provided me with valid reasons.
supposed to help out?
Yes, just to clarify, the school administration actually has records of cats.
I have no reason to believe them at all. So yeah, that's why I don't think it really got to her. Actually, she really is in that predicament and really needs to help her, but it didn't get to her at all.
Does everyone else agree with Olivia, right?
Yes.
Does everyone else agree with Olivia?
Yes.
Okay, so now actually we've run out of time. Thank you all for being such an excellent audience. Before I let you go, I'm going to invite my cast back on stage. I'd just like to have some concluding statements. In actually staging this issue, during our research process, right, we actually found that at least if you try to Google, this issue is actually not very well explored at all, at least locally, which is why we really wanted to start to bring it to light and bring it to students specifically to see whether students would echo back and say that, oh, this has happened, or maybe it hasn't happened, and see whether from as students they would have solutions for such a complex issue. Now, I think our education system in Singapore is pretty good, but it does have its loopholes, and I hope that today, walking away, you have a better understanding of one of these flaws that we tried to bring up. Thank you so much.